Happy Thursday. 9 News meteorologist Lauren Robinson here with your virtual forecast, and the name of the game is heat. It's going to stay hot through the next several days. We have heat advisories in place for our triple-digit days going into the weekend, but even outside of that, we're going to see high 90s. It's still going to feel very hot. So all the way through almost the middle of next week, we're really going to need to pay attention to our bodies and the heat. That means stay hydrated. We're going to make sure to find shade and shelter whenever necessary. Maybe limit those outdoor activities. Try not to do those strenuous things outside over the next few days. It is going to be very hot. It's also going to be very dry, so we do want to watch for increased fire danger. But let's go ahead and take a look at our highs so far. We're not near the highs for the day this early in the afternoon at noon, but we're still pretty warm for this time of day. Most of the Front Range and Eastern Plains seeing those 80s with some upper 70s to the north, 60s and 70s up in the mountains, more middle 80s across the western slope. Right now for downtown Denver, we're sunny, a little bit of cloud cover there, but pretty warm, 86 degrees, winds coming down from the west-northwest at just about 6 miles per hour. As we take a look at our climate summary, we're expecting a high near 96 degrees today. We're going to be in the triple digits for the next several days. But take a look. We're going to be above average, of course, in the middle 90s, but we're going to be approaching highs, maybe breaking highs as we get into the triple digits Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Today, we're going to be approaching our record high of 102 degrees. Now, I don't think we're going to break it today, but again, the next couple of days, we're looking to break those records. Along with that heat, we're going to watch for air quality alerts. They're extended southward now. So usually they're across the urban corridor, but we're going to see them southward all the way down to Pueblo, and this will be in effect until 4 o'clock. I suspect it'll be extended for another 24 hours. These work in 24-hour increments, so I suspect at 4 o'clock it's going to get extended with all of the heat that we're expecting. But we're going to watch for those high levels of ozone. That's another reason for anyone with asthma or other respiratory issues might need to stay inside and limit your time outdoors. Take a look at the entire continental U.S. here, where you can see most of us very dry. We have a very large dome of high pressure that's going to keep us dry and hot over the next few days. So not a whole lot to look at on our HD Doppler radar. With the heat, as we go through the afternoon, though, we can't rule out a pop-up shower or pop-up storm, mostly across the high country, and then some of it could push its way eastward a bit into northern portions of the Front Range and Eastern Plains as we get into the later afternoon, early evening hours, and then by tonight we clear on out. So we zoom in to the Denver metro area by around 3 o'clock. We're looking for some spotty showers and storms. You can see one just west of Fort Collins by around 3:30. By around 6 to 7 o'clock, we're looking for pop-up storms near Evergreen, Conifer, down through Castle Rock. One could even push its way across Fort Morgan, and then those move out pretty quickly as we go into the overnight hours. So as far as severe weather is concerned, any storm or shower that pops up is likely to be very brief and very isolated, pretty small. So maybe just a couple of raindrops, maybe some lightning, but mostly we're just going to look for a quick shower. Across the northern plains there where you're seeing that green area, that's the one area where we do have a marginal risk for severe weather. Those areas are looking maybe for a bit more lightning strikes and some heavier downpours, again, if a storm pops up there. Nothing too widespread expected through the next several days. So outside of that, what most of us are really going to be looking for is just going to be the heat. Middle to upper 90s all across the Front Range and Eastern Plains today. The western slope will make it into the triple digits, 102 expected in Grand Junction, 70s and 80s in the mountains. That's really hot for the high country. So the entire state, again, under this dome of high pressure, that's really going to keep us dry and hot. As we go into the overnight hours, not too much relief. Overnight lows in the upper 60s. Means even the coldest part of the day during the overnight and early morning hours, we're still going to be near 70 degrees. So we're going to stay pretty mild overnight, high country dropping into the 40s and 50s. But we will watch for several heat advisories, one in effect near Grand Junction, another in effect between Colorado Springs and Pueblo, and then the other will be across the urban corridor. This includes areas like the western suburbs of Denver, Fort Collins, Greeley. This will be downtown Denver into Aurora, and southern areas like Highlands Ranch, Parker. We're going to watch for this heat advisory Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, the heat advisory will be for the hottest parts of the day, 10 a.m. through 8 p.m. We're going to watch for those highs to be in the upper 80s to low triple digits. Extremely hot as we move through the weekend. I know we like to play outside over the weekend, but this weekend might be an indoor kind of days where maybe you try and stay inside, maybe find a pool to hang out at as long as you don't get too overheated while you're outside of the pool. Maybe catch a movie, anything like hang out in the library, anything like that might be good as we move through the next several days. Now we take a look at our 7-day forecast. Again, triple digits Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Each of these days will be under heat advisories. We're going to watch for a little bit of a breeze to help us just a tad bit, but certainly not enough to keep you healthy if you're not paying attention to your body in this heat. Now Monday we drop out of the triple digits, but we're still really hot. 98 degrees is still very hot, very much above average. So we're going to watch for that heat to stick around through Monday. But Monday through the rest of the week, we're also going to look for those afternoon and evening summertime storms to return to the forecast. And then we're not back to more seasonal numbers for this time of year until around Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday when we're in the lower 90s to upper 80s. So again, the next several days, the big thing to really pay attention to in the forecast is going to be the heat by far. We're in the middle to upper 90s today, triple digits Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then upper 90s Monday. So three of those days will be heat advisory days. That's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But today and Monday, the 2 days on the outside of those heat advisories, we're still going to be very hot. So you still want to watch for your body temperatures. You want to make sure you're limiting your time outdoors with those strenuous activities, playing sports outside. You want to make sure you stay hydrated, seek shade and shelter whenever necessary. Keep an eye on your pets. Bring those guys in-house if you can, those outdoor puppies. It's going to be really hot for them as well. And you want to maybe check on your relatives, your neighbors, anyone who's more susceptible to heat strain and heat stroke, things like that. So we're really going to pay attention to this heat over the next few days. And then once the heat has moved out as the big story, those afternoon and evening storms will move in as the big story for the second half of our 7-day forecast. So I will have updates for you on 9 News at noon. And we'll have more updates for you on 9 News tonight at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. And as always, if you can't catch us on air, you can always watch us online at 9news.com and on the 9 News mobile app. Have a good day.